I was actually scared to share this because what happened was so frightening and not intentional either. Like, it was alarming, like on a nationwide level, and it made me realize how much you have to monitor what you let into your subconscious, or at least what you're aware of. Like, monitor what you observe, or at least what you can, on a subconscious level, because manifestation is real, guys. So yeah, what happened is that I realized that this thing happened and it wasn't intentional. So I was like, reverse engineer it. If you can reverse engineer it, then you can actually get something positive out of it, and something that you actually want, and to be careful of the media that you consume before going to bed. So I'm going to play you guys the video that I made explaining what happened, just to make sure that I don't leave out any details right now. Like, I'm gonna tell you guys a story of something that happened last year. So like, I'm very like understanding of the law of assumption and how you have to like keep your mind in a state of like positivity most of the time, and like how important it is for you to regulate your thoughts, right? And so I had a friend that I met, and she recommended me watch Inception. So like, if you know about like law of assumption and stuff like that, and like manifesting and whatever, you know about Inception. It's like a dream within a dream and stuff like that. So I watched Inception one night, and I was actually up that night because I was like helping with like Christmas cake baking and stuff, and that usually go up into like the night like midnight. And I was up watching the movie, waiting on the cakes to like finish and whatever. And as soon as I finished watching Inception, an earthquake happened 1 a.m. in Jamaica, like December 23rd. And if you've watched Inception, a lot of earthquakes happen in that movie. So, I'm serious. It was like 5 minutes after I finished watching the movie, and I was like on YouTube trying to like watch like how people have interpreted the movie and like the analysis stuff and whatever. Yeah, 5 minutes after the movie happened, an earthquake happened. So that was very interesting. Yeah, so the lesson here, guys, please, you know, your thoughts and media and your mind is very powerful. Yeah. So yeah, you might have watched Inception, which is the movie I'm talking about, and that didn't happen to you. I feel like it's one of those movies like The Matrix that, you know, when you get into like manifestation, they're always talking about those specific movies that you should watch. And I just feel like I was so focused on what was happening in the movie, like extremely focused. But that doesn't mean that you have to be afraid of every movie that you watch. That's not what I'm saying. I think it has something to do with like the intense focus and not being interrupted and not leaving the movie at any time. So I was like, if you reverse engineer this experience, you know, in a positive and focused way, you could turn that into a manifestation technique. If there's like an experience or thing that you want, honestly, as humans, we manifest because of the feeling that the desired experience would give us. And you know, if you followed Neville Goddard and you know about the law of assumption, he used to talk about feeling is a secret, and it always just comes back to that. If you can find a movie or a series that has a character that has the desire that you would like, You have to be so focused on the movie that it feels like you're there with them. You're literally in the movie. You have to embody that desire like it's you. Like that's you, that's what's happening. Yes. Again, if you know about the law of assumption, you know about Neville Goddard, and Neville Goddard used to talk about SATS, which is state akin to sleep. It's like you get into this really drowsy state. To be honest, you can do SATs like at any time of the day. It doesn't necessarily have to be going to bed, but it's recommended to do it going to bed. But yeah, you get into this drowsy state and you imagine a scene of your desire in first person, like it's already happening, like on a subconscious level, and your subconscious is supposed to absorb it, and it usually happens quickly after. So it's that drowsy state. If you watch the movie before bed, you're like fully embodying that experience. You're hyping yourself up and you're undisturbed because you're about to go to bed, which honestly I think that's very important. So it's like, yeah, you're very focused, you're putting yourself in the first person perspective, and then you're about to go to sleep, and you go to sleep in like that state, you know? That's like a full-on visual that your brain just got for like a long amount of time. And it's very important that it's a long amount of time because, you know, like a movie is usually like 1 hour, 2 hours. I mean, if it's a series, it's even longer. But it's like that focused brain activity for that long period of time. And then you carry that to bed. It's like, but as I said, don't be afraid of the movies that you watch. I mean, it's an assumption after all, right? But you should really consider what you put your focused thoughts on for 1 or 2 hours uninterrupted. And you know, like movies that you watch, it might not come in your life directly, but you might hear about it. I mean, there have been times when I've watched like a movie or a series or even a long YouTube video, you know, because like, that also comes to like a long period of time of focus. And not long after that, I might hear something on the news, or it might be in an ad, or it might be on social media, something similar comes up. And here's how manifestation is instant. Like if you do this technique and you're like, oh wait, it's not happening now. Like hold on. Or even if it's like not in the 24 hours, just slow down, hold on. I'm serious, be very aware, be very present because things are moving. Honestly, the manifestation started when you did that long focus work. But you have to stay locked in that you have the desire already. And sometimes some manifestations might have many parts to it, you don't know sometimes, but the process started. The first step happened. I mean, guys, like nobody wants a natural disaster to like happen to them. So that's why I was just like, guys, please be careful of the media that you consume in general, especially before bed. But I'm just saying. But remember, everything is an assumption. I didn't know this would happen. It was very strange. Everything is weirdly connected, guys. Just be careful out there.